Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching In Depth with your host Kriti Mishra. Unlike the directly elected Lok Sabha members, members of the Rajya Sabha are chosen indirectly, elected by members of state legislative assemblies through a carefully crafted system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Why this unique method? Why does 1/3 of the House retire every 2 years? How does this system preserve stability while reflecting political shifts in the states? Well, we'll decode everything in this edition. Come along. India has a bicameral legislature. Our constitution provides that Parliament shall consist of the President and the two houses, known respectively as the Council of States or Rajya Sabha and the House of People or Lok Sabha. The power to summon and prorogue either House of Parliament or to dissolve the Lok Sabha vests with the President. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house and is not subject to dissolution. However, nearly 1/3 of its members retire every second year. Being a federal chamber representing states and UTs, the Rajya Sabha occupies a significant place in the parliamentary and constitutional setup of India. The Rajya Sabha has possibly seen more stalwarts from various walks of life, from business and sports to culture, than any other political institution of this country. The upper house of Indian Parliament has been playing a pivotal role in India's much cherished parliamentary democracy, keeping the bicameral structure alive, setting new records and creating history since its inception.
2003 में जब इस सदन के 200 साल हुए थे, तब भी एक समारंभ हुआ था और तब भी सरकार एनडीए की थी और अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी प्रधानमंत्री थे। तो उस 200 में सत्र के समय जो आदरणीय अटल जी का जो भाषण था, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग था। उनकी बात करने का अपना एक लहजा था। उन्होंने कहा था कि हमारे संसदीय लोकतंत्र की शक्ति बढ़ाने के लिए सेकंड चैम्बर मौजूद है और उन्होंने ये भी चेतावनी दी थी कि सेकंड हाउस को कोई सेकेंडरी हाउस बनाने की गलती न करें। ये चेतावनी अटल जी ने दी थी। इस सेकंड हाउस को कभी भी सेकेंडरी हाउस बनाने की गलती न करें। अटल जी की उन बात को जब मैं पढ़ रहा था तो मुझे भी लगा कि कुछ को इसको आज के संबंध में कुछ नए तरीके से अगर प्रस्तुत करना है तो मैं कहूँगा कि राज्यसभा सेकंड हाउस है, सेकेंडरी हाउस कभी भी नहीं है और भारत के विकास के लिए इसे सपोर्टिव हाउस बने रहना चाहिए। जब हमारी संसदीय प्रणाली के 50 साल हुए तब अटल जी का एक भाषण हुआ था संसदीय प्रणाली के 50 साल पर और उस भाषण में बड़े कवि भाव से उन्होंने एक बात बताई थी। उन्होंने कहा था, एक नदी का प्रवाह तभी तक अच्छा रहता है जब तक कि उसके किनारे मजबूत होते हैं। और उन्होंने कहा था कि भारत के संसदीय जो प्रवाह है वो हमारा जो लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया है, एक किनारा लोकसभा है, दूसरा किनारा राज्यसभा है। ये दो मजबूत रहेंगे तभी जाकर के लोकतांत्रिक परंपराओं का प्रवाह बहुत ही सटीक तरीके से आगे बढ़ेगा। ये बात आदरणीय अटल जी ने उस समय कही थी। ये एक बात निश्चित है कि भारत फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है, विविधताओं से भरा हुआ है। तब ये भी अनिवार्य शर्त है कि हमें राष्ट्रीय दृष्टिकोण से ओझल नहीं होना है। राष्ट्रीय दृष्टिकोण को हमने हमेशा ही केंद्रवर्ती रखना ही होगा, लेकिन हमें राष्ट्रीय दृष्टिकोण के साथ क्षेत्रीय जो हित है इसका संतुलन भी बहुत सटीक तरीके से बनाना पड़ेगा, तभी जाकर के हम उस भाव को उस संतुलन के द्वारा आगे बढ़ा पाएंगे। और ये काम सबसे अच्छे ढंग से कहीं हो सकता है तो इस सदन में हो सकता है, यहाँ के माननीय सदस्यों के द्वारा हो सकता है, और मुझे विश्वास है कि वो काम करने में हम निरंतर प्रयासरत हैं।
The makers of our constitution, while establishing Rajya Sabha as second chamber of our parliament, envisaged a distinct role for it in our parliamentary system. The Rajya Sabha is meant to provide a second look at the legislation passed by the other house, as also to prevent hasty legislation, but not to prove a clog either to legislation or administration. Besides, it aims at providing opportunities to the seasoned and eminent persons who have distinguished themselves in diverse fields such as literature, science, art and social service to serve the country. It is designed to give representation to the states in the apex democratic decision making. Members of Rajya Sabha are expected to be more experienced and learned and less influenced by the ebb and flow of popular opinion. As House of Elders, it is expected to hold dignified and quality debates on issues of public importance and legislative proposals, and to ensure the accountability of the executive to Parliament. The Election Commission announced biennial elections for 37 seats of the Rajya Sabha in 10 states. 7 seats in Maharashtra, 6 seats in Tamil Nadu, 5 seats each in Bihar and West Bengal, 4 seats in Odisha, 3 seats in Assam, 2 seats each in Telangana, Chhattisgarh and Haryana, and 1 seat in Himachal Pradesh are falling vacant. The notification for the polls was issued on 26th of February and nominations will be filed till 5th of March. Polling will be held on 16th of March. The Election Commission has directed that only integrated violet-coloured sketch pens of prefixed specification provided by the returning officer shall be used for the purpose of marking preferences on the ballot paper. The Commission has also said that no other pen shall be used for marking preferences in the Rajya Sabha elections. The poll body also said that adequate measures for close monitoring of the election process by appointing observers shall be taken to ensure free and fair elections. The fourth schedule of the Indian Constitution provides for the allocation of seats in the Council of States. The number of members varies from state to state depending on the population. In 1950, when the Constitution came into full force, the Rajya Sabha had 216 seats. But over the years, with reorganization of states, the strength of the Rajya Sabha has increased. What is the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha? Well, 250, of which 238 are to be elected and 12 are to be nominated by the President of India. What is the actual strength of Rajya Sabha? The actual strength is 245, of which 233 are elected and 12 are nominated. How many members does each state have in Rajya Sabha? Well, let's take a look at the number of seats. Andhra Pradesh 11, Arunachal Pradesh 1, Assam 7, Bihar 15, Chhattisgarh 5, Goa 1, Gujarat 11, Haryana 5, Himachal Pradesh 3, Jammu and Kashmir 4, Jharkhand 6, Karnataka 12, Kerala 9, Madhya Pradesh 11, Maharashtra 19, Manipur 1, Meghalaya 1, Mizoram 1, Nagaland 1, NCT of Delhi 3, Odisha 10, Puducherry 1, Punjab 7, Rajasthan 10, Sikkim 1, Tamil Nadu 18, Telangana 7, Tripura 1, Uttarakhand 3, Uttar Pradesh 31 and West Bengal 16. Currently, how many members are elected from the UTs? Well, in total 8 members are elected from the Union Territories, 3 from Delhi, 1 from Puducherry and 4 from Jammu and Kashmir. Other UTs are not represented in the Rajya Sabha. Why is Rajya Sabha called a permanent body? Well, Rajya Sabha is not subject to dissolution as nearly as possible. 1/3 of its members retire every second year. What is the term of a member of Rajya Sabha? It is 6 years, but a member elected in a by-election serves for the remainder of the term of the vacancy caused. Eligibility. Article 84 of the Constitution lays down the qualifications for membership of Parliament. To be eligible for Rajya Sabha, a person must be a citizen of India, take an oath or affirmation before a person authorized by Election Commission as per the 3rd schedule, be at least 30 years of age and possess any additional qualifications prescribed by Parliament through law. Here's how the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by elected representatives of states and UTs. Let's take a look at the process for election. Election mechanism. Members are elected by indirect election by the elected members of legislative assemblies of states and UTs respectively in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Under this mechanism, MLAs do not vote for a single candidate but instead rank candidates in order of preference, that is, 1, 2 or 3 etc. on a ballot. To be declared elected, a candidate must secure a specific quota of votes. Electoral College. Only the elected members of legislative assemblies of the states and UTs. Domicile requirement. Pre-2003, a candidate had to be a resident of state from which they were contesting from, but post-2003, a candidate can be an elector from any parliamentary constituency in India. Open ballot. Voting is not secret for MLAs belonging to political parties. Every MLA from a political party must show their marked ballot to the party's authorized agent before dropping it in the box, aiming to prevent cross-voting and corruption or money power. Independent MLAs do not show their ballot to anyone. Anti-defection. The Election Commission clarified in July 2017 that the anti-defection law is not applicable to Rajya Sabha elections. Therefore, political parties cannot issue any whip to their members for Rajya Sabha elections, and members are not bound by party instructions in these elections. The party can take disciplinary action, but the MLA retains the assembly seat. Nota. The Supreme Court scrapped none of the above or nota option for Rajya Sabha elections in 2018. Nota defeats the principle of proportional representation and the single transferable vote.
Being the members of the House of Elders, our dharma is to work with commitment to fulfill the people's rightful aspirations. Rajya Sabha has been the cradle of many profound debates and discussions which have helped in shaping the destiny of our nation. Each time we enter this temple of democracy, we should pledge to ourselves to follow the basic principles of parliamentary democracy, which are dialogue, deliberation, debates, and discussion. The Rajya Sabha, as the Council of States, reflects the federal character of our republic. This House is also blessed with the knowledge and expertise of nominated members. Together, we showcase the collective wisdom and diversity of our nation. Our country is marching forward as a leader at the forefront of development in every sphere. Citizens look up to the Parliament as the highest forum of wisdom and collective judgment to guide the nation. On this note, I am reminded of the words of the great Tamil saintly poet Thiruvallur, "Solluga sollil பயனுடைய சொல்லற்க சொல்லில் பயனில்லை." Thiruvallur says, "Speak only words that are useful and meaningful. Avoid words that are not in the interest of the society." This simple yet profound teaching holds immense relevance for all of us who shoulder the responsibility of nation building.
Rajya Sabha has played a constructive and effective role in our polity. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house and is not subject to dissolution. A member who is elected for a full term serves for a period of 6 years. In addition, vacancies that arise due to resignation, death or disqualification are filled up through by-polls, after which those elected serve for the remainder period. The term of office of a member who is elected or nominated to the Rajya Sabha begins from the date of publication of the notification of such election or nomination, as the case may be, in the official gazette. While in the case of election of a member to the Rajya Sabha, notification is issued by the Ministry of Law and Justice. In case of nomination, notification is issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Before taking his or her seat in the Rajya Sabha, every member elected either in biennial election or by-election or nominated by the President is required to subscribe oath or affirmation. Over the years, the Upper House has seen a memorable journey through lively debates, informed discussions, and its ability to handle complex issues in the interests of the nation. Rajya Sabha has remained a vanguard for political and social values, a melting pot of culture and diversity, and overall, a relentless flag bearer of sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic Republic of India. Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sunset TV. Goodbye for now from my side.